Good afternoon, students. Today we will proceed further with the B unit, and over here there are three terms you are going to learn new. That is, first is the electromotive force. Now before learning what is electromotive force, you have to learn what do you mean by a cell. You can see here in the figure 8.14 a figure of a cell is drawn. It is the same cell which you have been studying in your chemistry subject. There is a vessel in which an electrolyte is taken. Like here you can see in the figure, dilute sulfuric acid is the electrolyte. And then there are two electrodes dipped. One is made up of zinc and one is made up of copper. And then there are wires drawn as terminals. The copper acts as the positive terminal. The zinc electrode acts as the negative terminal. You have studied this in detail in chemistry. Now you can see that these two terminals, they are open. That means nothing is connected between these two terminals. So this cell is in an open circuit, okay, because there is nothing connected. Now during this time when there is nothing connected, whatever is the potential difference between the two terminals, positive and negative, that is known as the electromotive force or the EMF of the cell. So what is EMF of a cell? Whatever is the PD between the two terminals when the cell is not in use, when the cell is open, okay. Now the symbol used for EMF, you see the last line, it is epsilon and the unit is volt. Now let us see what are the factors that are affecting the EMF of a cell. Now there are different kinds of cell in the market. You have already studied voltaic cell, then the Leclanche cell, then the Daniell cell, and each of them have got a different voltage. Like the voltaic cell is 1.08 volt, Leclanche cell is 1.5 volt, and the Daniell cell is 1.08 volt. Now what does the EMF depend on? The EMF depends on two things only. One is the material of the electrodes. यहाँ पे like in this figure you can see there is copper and zinc electrode. Instead of copper and zinc, if we take some other material, then the voltage will change. EMF will change. And second is the electrolyte used in the cell. Abhi in this cell we have used dilute sulfuric acid. Now instead of sulfuric acid, if you are using some other acid, again the EMF is going to change. Further, the EMF does not depend upon the shape of the electrodes. It does not depend on the distance between the two electrodes, and it also does not depend upon the amount of electrolyte. Kitna sulfuric acid le rahe ho, how much you are taking, that doesn't matter. How far is your copper and zinc electrode, that also doesn't matter. And what is the shape of your electrode, that also doesn't matter. Now going further, what exactly do you mean by EMF? EMF means we are actually trying to drive a positive charge. Now here the cell is not working, it is open. But suppose we connect something to the cell, okay, I connect a bulb between the two terminals. Now what will happen? The positive charge will start moving and the bulb will start glowing. So this EMF was used as an energy for doing the work. What work? That work was to move the unit positive charge from one terminal to another terminal. And suppose if we take the work done as capital W and the charge which it was moving as Q0, then the EMF will be W upon Q0. That is the work done divided by the charge which we have moved. Now next let us see further, and I think just read it, there shouldn't be any problem. What you have learned is just electromotive force.